So I guess I would ask you, as someone who's involved in the entertainment industry, things are heading, the left is championing progressivism, Hollywood is too. Do you think that the future of entertainment will be affected by that, and maybe not for the best when things head in that
it
direction?
seems like Hollywood is championing progressivism, but the guys that are in charge, the guys that run Marvel Comics, the big money guys, they're hanging out at Trump's resort because they're Republican. I mean, they love this money thing, and they're everywhere in show business. So if you say, well, show business is just one thing. No, it is show business. The guys that are in charge, the big giant agents, they're supporting Trump because they go, I want that money. I don't, and just be calm. And there are some people that are very liberal, and you see them again and again say the same thing. You know, I'm willing to fucking fight Mark Burnett at a party. He did choke me, but you know, but the Hollywood is, you know, and they are trying to find a place for more conservative. I think they're doing it. You know, I see Tim Allen's show went back on. Tim Allen's a hilarious guy.
Hilarious.
And I think there was some stuff. You can't be racist. You can't say racist things, but your politics, you know, and most people don't want to hear that I'm not voting for Trump or I've known Trump 30 years. Maybe that's more interesting if they know the history. But, man, people are so frazzled talking about politics and what's going on that you can't I'll give you September 17th this last year, there was a Trump fundraiser in Beverly Hills. Now, I saw that on the schedule, and it's right around the time of the Emmys. He comes out, $250,000 a plate. I happen to be at the Beverly Hills Hotel having lunch with somebody, and people are coming in outside, and so I'm out in the front there you go up the long red carpet, and the guy's there because I'm there so often. They know me. I sat down. I said, well, this is my protest because I'm not going to go to some rally and protest. And the people that do that are amazing. But I was like, I'm here. I will protest in front. So it was half-hearted joke. And so a lot of Trump supporters come in taking pictures. They asked me if I was supporting Trump. People don't know about Twitter. They don't know. I said, well, why are you supporting him? What do you think? And there's people from the studios, and there's people that just like sort of the rock star element. And we're going to see Donald Trump. And, you have to have compassion for, there's no nobody's getting in fights over it. Nobody's starting a civil war. There's going to be no civil war. And so I just kind of sat there and talked to so many people why they're doing this and how, and people know this much or they know this much and they're happy with that. They don't have, my experiences are not the same as these people. And to expect them to know what I know or believe what I believe is ridiculous. So I ended up having fun. You can see all the pictures. Then Stephen Stills, you remember Stephen Stills from Crosby, Stills Nature? He was a protester on Nixon. He goes back to those days, and he happened to be in the hotel for his documentary, and I took him out there. Stephen Stills and me are fucking bringing it. This guy is so famous for protesting everything. We just sat there. So two old guys there. People are coming in, but I don't. If these people that are fans are, they don't know everything. When you're a fan, you're a fan. You know that. Michael Jackson, whoever, you hear about him and the kids, you still love his music. Donald Trump. They're like, this is exciting to be a part of this. And so I don't care if people,
Where do you think the divisiveness is coming from, if you had to pick?
Well, I think that Russia had probably a lot to do with it, the misinformation. I think
Which aspect of that, though, the Russia stuff?
I think that that's how they operate globally. I think that they get that they can never beat us at anything because they're a shit country. But the economy, every element about the military, there's nothing about Russia that's anywhere close to America. California has a much better economy than the whole country of Russia. And unless you're a rich white oligarch over there, there's problems.
But the Russia influence in that election was the Facebook ads.
Well, yeah, but it was more than that. Now, if you want to get in, their goal isn't to take over America; it's to have us fight. Mm-hmm. So. They did do the Facebook ads, but they did a lot more. They hacked into to the election. They did a lot more. But that's how they operate. It's not just here. It's Madagascar. It's what that's.
And they've been doing it for years in every election. Other countries do it to us as well. We do it to other countries.
Yeah. So what if we do it to other countries?
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it is the reality.
Yeah.
Do you think the divisiveness that Russia was going for That was obviously a huge problem. That's why everyone's at each
Yeah.
other's throats. But do you think that the media is kind of doing something similar?
Well,
Where they're
I'm not,
pinning-
I mean, I don't, until this is over, you're never going to be able to say, I do watch shows that they're like, I'm like, they're making a TV show about this. They're just doing a TV show. This isn't the news. They're like, oh, I'm going to say this, and you're going to say this.
Yeah.
And I turn it off. I'll turn on Fox News just to get a little of that, and then I'll go back to, but there's very few, shows because they're like, oh, this Trump thing's going to last for whatever. We got to get a team of people. They'll sit around the table and go, well, I think this. Well, I think this. Very seldom do you get people that go, this is the truth. This is what I really believe. Because then the show would be over.
Yeah, the media's like, they're doubling down continuously on Trump's a monster. He's not doing well. He's unfit for office. But do you think...
And he gives them so much material. He sits there and says the craziest shit. And I don't like piling on him. I like to know, well, when he says his uncle's a scientist, so he knows everything about... But
his uncle was an MIT scientist, John Trump, and it was legit.
He was, but Trump knows nothing.
Yeah, and that's funny.
That's the funny.
He's like a New Yorker. That's how he talks.
I don't like going, well, he did this one thing. That's the deal breaker. I go, don't do that.
So do you wish there was more of a road for redemption for the middle America? Because you said before that Trump, when he got into office and started running, he went far right. And I would argue that I think a lot of the left shifted very far left. And I think the middle of America right now, the historic, blue dog Democrats, working class union people, that type of person, I feel like that's the center, and it still is the center, and Trump is representing those people more than Bernie Sanders or someone like Joe Biden. Do you think that the future is a road to redemption? There's, almost 100 million people that support Trump. The future, if he gets elected again, isn't going to be pushing the right and the left. It's going to be some sort of middle ground. Trump's not that bad. The media is kind of deceiving us. Hey, let's come together. We're not that different. We're not as different as the media wants us to believe. But I feel like the left, and even your show, to be fair, didn't really allow that to happen, and you were kind of adding smoke to the truth that was out there, that maybe there isn't the P tape. Maybe he didn't say the N-word. He's not actually friends with Epstein. There's like a few things.
Hold on, he's friends with Epstein.
Well, he threw Epstein.
He's friends with Epstein, and he has said the N-word. I don't know if there's a P tape. Well, have you ever said the N-word? I have. So if you record everything in my life,
so then it's like,
but also my show is
Trump
about
doesn't
finding
get that
out.
same grace. Trump doesn't get the same grace. It's like there's no redemption. There's no redemption.
No, I hear the redemption for Trump would be, I'm sorry, I was wrong in this one instance, or but it's not Trump's fault. He is incompetent. I'm telling you, he does it. He's doing the very best he can. This is who he is. People around him knew that. They knew it when he was on the show. They had to edit him. This is who he is. His family knows it. He's this guy. Now, the fact that he's the president, and you're right, people in Iowa, where I'm from, they support him, but they're also tired of the nonsense and the stuff and the loud stuff and the complaining and the scandal and the other.
I would say his base is stronger now than they've been even in 2016.
Well, good for the base.
And it's
Fuck
growing.
those guys.
But how much of those people are you saying fuck you to? Because that's like a big part of the country.
I don't care.
You said before racist, overweight people.
I grew up with
That's
him.
not a majority of the base.
Listen, he didn't even get the most votes in the last election.
But it's not about that, because if it really quick, let me touch on that. If it was about the popular vote, he would have campaigned way differently. He would have come to Fresno. He would have come to Bakersfield. He would have come to California. He campaigned.
You're giving him too much credit.
He campaigned to win the Electoral College.
Was chaos. Just like
it was chaos. Yeah, all campaigns are chaos. He won.
They aren't all things are not chaos. Bernie Sanders, you're right about. But Joe Biden, you're not right about. And Trump, he doesn't know. Look at the people he puts in. I mean, just as you're defending him as some magical Don Quixote fucking deal. They except for the fact that they both hate windmills, or there's nothing in common. You're building him up in your mind. You're like, oh my God, this guy's the Rock.
My thing is literally Trump is not that bad, and in order to believe what the media is saying, you have to be lockstep with them to be progressive enough. Same in Hollywood.
Somebody that lies all the time to people is that bad. He is that bad. He gives up America and to Russia. He doesn't think about us.
He's the liar.
Huh?
He's the liar?
Who?
Before you said he's friends with Epstein, you said he has a P tape.
He is friends with Epstein. Let's get him together.
Epstein propositioned someone that worked in the spa
there's
at
videos
Mar-a-Lago.
of them partying together.
At Mar-a-Lago.
There's other stuff.
Epstein,
he set up his Trump models. He used Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein owed him money at the end of his life.
Epstein propositioned someone at Mar-a-Lago of the spa stuff, and he propositioned them. It was inappropriate. She went to Trump, and Trump threw him out of Mar-a-Lago.
No, but there's a bigger thing. Trump was friendly with him, and he stopped loaning him money. 2008. He was still borrowing money wanted money for him when he was a convicted pedophile. I hear what you're saying with the information
I'm
you
saying
have.
Trump's not that bad is my argument. And then the
But he's
left's
terrible as a
argument
president.
is...
You can't fucking trust him. We got the virus going. He putting him in charge. He puts your old boss, George, got to be the dumbest doctor in the world.
Are we worse off today in 2016 with 4 years of Trump, basically, than we were 4 years before?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you wish Obama just kept saying president
Obama
and did
was
it again?
steady, and he had the
Steady
economy
what?
going
Steady
upward.
what?
He had the economy going upward. And he
Worst
did it,
recovery
and
since World War II.
Listen, there are times in this country when you got to pull everybody together.
Yeah, right now.
And Trump has never
He's going to get
fucking
reelected.
done it.
Trump
He's
will get
never
reelected
done
in
it.
2020. He's going to get reelected in 2020. If we
he's
don't pull
not.
each other together now, there's going to be civil war.
But it doesn't make him good. He's no good. He's not a good president. He lies every time he opens his mouth. He's a bigot. And
how can you say he's a bigot? That's the worst thing you can be is a racist. You just loosely throw it out there. He's a bigot.
I'm not loosely. I'm saying he is. I'm saying Michael Cohen, everybody, because I know the guy. I've hung around with him.
Then why does he
match with him?
Then why does he take such pride in the work he's doing for minority communities?
Yeah, because that sounds weird when he does it. Michael Cohen
if you hate black people, why would you be like, hey, black unemployment's at an all-time low. This is great. Wouldn't you be like, hey,
that's
let's get them?
stupid. Don't be telling me that you're that stupid. You go, why would he say this? The truth is, it sounds stilted and weird when he says it.
Tell us the evidence.
It sounds weird.
Because all I hear is the wall,
weird.
and I hear the wall, and I hear stuff like that.
What happened to the wall? Where is that wall?
Well, the wall, the framing of the wall from the left.
Now people are pulling on it. He makes up all lies about the fucking wall.
And the wall's coming.
What he's doing.
The wall's coming.
Oh my God, where is it? Where is the wall?
How long does it take to build a multi-thousand-mile wall?
Yeah, but how long does it take? How long does it take?
When you have people in the Ninth District Court shutting everything down.
But he promised the wall and Mexico's paid for it. Is Mexico paying for that wall? Fuck no.
We'll see where that wall's at. Give him the end second term.
It's not going to get built. I'll tell you right now. But he doesn't even know what it's made of. He's like, something's going to be see-through. Something's going to be invisible. And then
the plan
people are throwing
changes.
drugs over and hitting people with their drugs.
But the masses,
tunnels?
look at the effectiveness of the wall.
Shit, listen.
The wall works, but the framing of the wall.
We need to pay attention to who's coming across the border. You're fucking right.
Yeah.
We need to work together on that. We need to pay attention.
I agree.
But we also need to not go, hey, you're bad. People in Europe, the white people, they're good. That's what we're supposed to be. There's a way to do it. There's a way to treat the children.
What does that mean, though? What does that
you gotta have
you threw it out
finesse.
loosely. Why would someone in Europe be okay to come here illegally?
I don't know, because they want to bomb us. Or they want to blow us the fuck up. It doesn't matter. Why? See, you're thinking, why would they keep?
But where did that claim come from?
The president has to be the president for everybody, not just his fucking base. They have to be president for everybody. People that didn't vote for him, people that don't like him. He's got to say, I'm the president of the United States. I'm the most powerful man in the world, of the greatest country in the world. I'm above that. I'm here for all of you guys. Yeah, not just say, look at my black African Americans, what I'm doing for them. Why aren't they supporting me when I'm giving them jobs all the time? That's fucking ridiculous.
The framing of the wall issue on one side is Trump is racist and he hates immigrants, and that's why he wants to build. He hates brown people. And the reality is there is a problem at the southern border. And I think when the left and Hollywood and the media all parrot the same thing, oh, Trump hates brown people, that's why he wants to build the wall, the people in the middle who aren't really paying attention to politics think that's correct. And I think that's a problem.
Why somewhere in the middle, though?
Because we're ignoring the actual problems at the border. There is a problem at the border. The wall would help those problems.
No,
but now every time
the wall, even there, people,
the
they
masses
got the
of
tunnel
people
under the wall. The wall's stupid.
Send 100,000 people to the wall.
Stupid.
Okay, send 100,000 people to the border with no wall. I think they all walk across. Send 100,000 people to the wall. Maybe 5,000 get across.
Okay.
And that's the masses. That's what it's all about.
But you're not going to build the whole wall. People would let
everywhere the wall is built, it's been really effective.
What is it then? A structure? Like, how big is it?
But we're always arguing that Trump's racist and he hates brown people. And we don't even talk about the issues. The rape, the cartels.
He is old school. You know, the guys who, when they get older, they're like, they have a, and Michael Cohen spent a lot of time with them, 10 years. And he said, Michael Cohen set up all these black inner city things too. He set up all the stuff for Trump that Trump is now doing. And he explains, and I have him on tape explaining why he did it, and the preachers that are involved now, what jobs they were getting from Trump. So it looks, anyway, but Trump's that old school, like they just, you know, their brains aren't as big. They don't have as much, black people don't have as much intelligence. So
show me proof of that. And I will agree with you and say that's horrible.
And they come from shithole countries and they can't run countries and they could never run this country. I love them. I will say that. I love black people. I've got these guys, Lynn Patton and this person here, standing right up here. But they're great at some stuff, but they're not great at, and we know if you don't have relatives that think like that, then you don't have fucking old relatives. Because you go to Iowa, there's people in my family that think, yeah, because got it all figured out, the science of this. And then you got Jeff Sessions saying, here's the plan to have less brown people in America. We want more European people because that's who we are. And then you got Stephen Miller, who's in there just literally acting it out.
Is that a brown and white thing, or is that an economic difference thing? One country is a third world country, Mexico, ran by cartels with a ton of people economically migrating up from Central America. And other countries, they come here with green cards and we can actually vet the people. That's the difference. I don't think it's a white versus brown
America's
thing.
A country of immigrants. There were
It
fucking Native Americans here when we came here.
Legal
we killed them all.
Legal. Anyone coming across the border in the middle of the night is not a legal immigrant.
Well,
and that's a huge difference.
Right. It should be.
But
and you got to look at it like that.
Conflated.
But he's not doing it the right, pulling kids away from their parents. And
that's been going on for years, and that is unfortunate. But that's been going on for years.
It's not right. It's horrible. The parents can't find their fucking kids.
That?
Think about that. You had a child.
10 years.
They took him away. They couldn't find him. And there is a lot of privatization about this stuff, too. His buddies own the warehouses and the stuff. It's ridiculous. We have a problem. Democrats need to work on it.
Okay, we can maybe agree. Do you agree that there is a problem with the southern border?
Yeah, yes.
And right now, Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders, they're going to decriminalize border crossings. And they're not going to do as many deportations as Trump is doing.
Okay,
so now we're incentivizing people.
Mean?
Now we're incentivizing people to come across the border. They're not going to get in trouble. Come on and get health care. Come to school.
Travel from El Salvador to get all the way through all that nonsense.
Or economic migrants. They're economic migrants.
If we didn't have immigrants working here, we'd be so fucked. If we didn't have those people coming across,
I think we're okay
they
for
run
a while.
Every goddamn manufacturer.
We've been bringing in $1 million a year for
agriculture.
years.
Well, you don't know shit because you don't own a big agriculture business.
I don't need to know when to know it.
I just know that you can't. It's false to go, we don't want those guys, but they're like,
they're illegal
we need
immigrants.
Those guys.
We should keep an eye on them and completely vet that process.
Keep an eye. You go for it.
Like we have to stop that.
We should keep it on Saudi Arabia. They had 19 fucking terrorists fly to the World Trade Center. We're buddies with them. Trump's like, MBS, good guy, killed the one guy. But
back to the politics. Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, both those people are going to decriminalize border crossings, and they're going to offer incentives to people here illegally, amnesty, stuff like that. There's going to be a rush to the border.
Separate the two guys.
There's going to be a rush to the border.
Because one's a Democrat, socialist, whatever the fuck
that is. They both have the same views on the wall.
I don't support him. I don't support him. First of all,
so
he
if
shouldn't
the
be in our
border is an
fucking party.
issue, then you agree with Trump on the issue. You're more towards the side
Trump
of more
is
security.
All coordinated. He was going to build a wall. There's no wall. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He's incompetent. There's no plan.
You can't build a wall in 18 months.
Sure you can.
Not with everyone against you. He's the outsider. He was this anti-establishment.
Everyone's against him. Oh, poor Trump. He's the outsider.
At least
he won the presidency. What more does he want? What a fucking pussy. Say, God, I won. This is the greatest country. I'm so grateful. Every day he complains. They're out to get me. Well, we got this going and that going. They're spying on me. It really wasn't about
They literally They spied on him and it was George who got spied on. It's true.
Does Bill Belichick go
like
in after the Super Bowl and go, yeah, we won the Super Bowl, but God damn it, people are mean to me. And you don't do that. If you win, you fucking win, and you got to have some grace about it. He has none.
Just win, baby.
Yeah, no one's offering.
Davis.
Who's offering Trump grace these days? Who's offering Trump grace these days? The right is offering the left grace. However,
you don't have to offer him. He's the most powerful man in the world. He should be offering it to everyone. When you're the leader, you go down where you say, "Hey, let's come together." I'm telling you, if he'd have done that. I'll tell you, Mark Burnett told me right before he took office, after the election, he's going to be more presidential. And I said to myself that I'm going to be, because I care about my country more than this fucking political stuff. I'm going to support my country, but he hasn't done it. And he's made us more divisive. And he's like, you're my people. Everybody else is an asshole. And look at you, young man like you, smart like you. Going, you're more. I would vote for you for president before Trump because you have some amount of critical thinking going on. But you're so in for this guy, and you're wrong. I'm going to tell you.
So
you're a great guy. I wish you were in for me like you are him.
Are we on who's on the wrong side? Who's on the wrong side of history? Who's on the wrong side of history here, me or you?
Well, I don't know that we're on the. I know that I'm doing what I feel is the best thing for my kids when they go, this is what my dad did. He spoke up. He did this. Who knows what history? The wrong side of history.
In your show, though, none of those tapes that you hyped up going into the show, nothing came to fruition.
Well, what I did was
So how can you say you just threw smoke in front of the truth and was like, oh, who knows? Maybe it's a P tape. Maybe he's a pervert. Maybe he said the N word. Maybe he said the N word.
He is a pervert.
But you start with
his first wife said he raped her. Remember that? And that she filed the papers. And he's been accused of, there's a lot of sexual assault for one man that's been accused of. And then you shame the women. You say, I'm going to sue all you women. He never sues anybody. So there's smoke, there's fire. He a stripper and cheated on his playmate girlfriend and his wife who was pregnant at the same time at a golf tournament. So you say to yourself, boy, this guy You know, he's got that's an accident.
A lot of presidents have moral, things.
That's not saying you're making false equivalency.
And I'm not saying I agree with everything he's ever done. I'm not backing those things up. Some things he says I don't agree with, and I can be
that's nice.
say that.
That's
but
nice.
at least there's redemption where it's like he's not a perfect man.
You got to ask for redemption. You got to say, I'm sorry. That's what you do.
The two sides of entertainment in Hollywood. There's one side that's cancel culture. Hey, what's that comedian's name? Little guy, Kevin Hart. Hey, you tweeted something in 2008.
He didn't get canceled.
You're not hosting the whatever,
so
the Oscars.
That was his decision.
And it's like the other side. It's like, yeah, Trump's not perfect, but he's almost going to bring the pendulum back.
But you know what? The
on PC
problem
culture,
with the other side is
where normal people can feel involved in government
again. They
again.
aren't funny. They can't do sitcoms. The other side. They just aren't funny. They sit around and complain, why can't I get a job? Tom Arnold has a million jobs. That's not true.
I think.
But they're like, what? Because you're not good.
Well, Tom.
The most talented people are, first of all, they don't go around talking about their politics. Hollywood puts out incredible product. It's a uniquely American thing with the motion pictures, the television. That's our business. We started in America.
Historically.
And we do. Historically, this is history.
Because it used to appeal to the country. It used to appeal to the country. Now it appeals to a lot of overseas sales and stuff like that.
You just put out art. You don't understand art. You put out art and then people get touched by it. There's everything you want. There's appealing to the people in the Midwest. There's movies about talking dogs. Anything you look for, you can find it in Hollywood. And this has started in America. This is our business. There's a lot of craftsmen, working people that work on those sets. It's not just the stars.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a great business, and I'm proud of it.
I agree that it's a great business. I agree it's important. It's a huge part of culture. It always has been.
Always.
I would argue that lately, in the last even 10 years, the PC agenda has kicked in. Those roasts that you did of Roseanne, the roast of Justin Bieber, all those roasts, if you played those in 2020, everyone would get fired and canceled, and it'd be horrible. Some of the things that were
That's
said
not
were
true.
ridiculous.
They keep replaying about Comedy Central right now. They're hilarious. I got to tell you,
I'm talking about getting canceled. There's some
nobody
things,
gets canceled.
You know who gets canceled?
Who? Nobody. Very seldom. Roseanne had to make an overt, but people don't get canceled. By the way, you guys are such pussies over there. Not saying you guys, but people on the right, they're like, Tom Arnold's threatening the president's life. He needs to have I'll be out here after this thing, and your fans will be like, that guy needs to go. He should be in prison. So who's the snowflake?
But
I say you guys.
The right is a group of individuals, and I will agree with you.
Last point.
I will agree with you that, if someone says something that you should be in jail or whatever, I don't agree with that. We're a group of individuals.
Yeah.
The left, in order to be in lockstep with the progressive left today, you need to believe that Trump has done nothing good.
That's not true. That's just not true.
Show me positive news of Trump.
Right,
Show me positive news for Trump.
Show
me positive news for Trump. 90-something% of mainstream news is negative towards Trump. On Fox, obviously,
because
it's different.
he does stupid shit. You have to
All
report
right, he ended the war in Afghanistan. You're not going to report it on the war in Afghanistan?
Hitler got bad press too at a certain point. Bad guys get
Hitler
bad
had pretty
press.
good press pretty early.
What's that?
Hitler had decent press pretty early.
Yeah.
Historically.
Well,
the media, so you're saying you don't agree that the media is the divisive problem in this country right now?
No, I don't think it's the divisive problem. That's taking the responsibility away from me and you. We are responsible for what we do and say.
And we are.
And
that's why there's a show.
Fox News.
That's why we're punching
you can't.
back.
That's why there's punching back.
That's why we're
There's
punching
Papadopolous.
back, Tom.
Yeah,
Right
punching
Tom,
back.
it's punching back.
Like George Papadopoulos.
Right
We're
now.
punching back.
And we are. And that was amazing, guys. I love you both. Interesting, passionate conversation. We have the left, the right. The show's all about getting the word out there. This isn't a partisan show. Tom's always going to be my friend.
That's true.
Fleccas is always going to be my friend. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe.